You guys feel good about ending the break on a game like that where you withstood their runs and get contributions from all over.
Yeah, I thought it was a great team win. I got started off pretty well and went back and forth. We created some separation there in the second half. Great energy. Collectively we played together, played for each other. Anytime you can accumulate 26 assists, could have had, should have had more. Missed some open looks. The turnovers were a bit high, but I think those were turnovers of aggression for the most part. But everyone who played contributed. I give credit to TB, how they got us going early, and because Danny, Rudy, Corey, those guys played well late. They didn't go back, so I've got to give those guys a lot of credit because they stayed with it. I think that helped us build a little momentum. We carried it allowed us to carry it through.
What do you think for Rui to have a game like this? Season high, obviously, but you seem to just be playing with a lot of support and confidence.
Yeah, that's a good sign. You've seen it in small spurts, but to see it for a good stretch is positive. He's shooting the ball with confidence. He's playing with confidence. Guys trust him, so I think it's just another step for him as he really kind of gets going.
So we played 27 minutes, and actually he closed the final quarter. So what made you decide to let him play whole?
Well, that group was great, and it's all about reading the flow. And that group had a good stretch. They were playing together, had good momentum. I was not gonna mess that up. Had to get Denny back. Of course you can't run the full 12 minutes, but I think it's a good sign for him that he can play that stretch. And it's not a conditioning issue, or to see him accumulate more minutes is a good thing.
Josh,
Ish. Just coming off the bench. He's such a positive spirit, just energy for the locker room. He's
very impactful, and that's part of the reason why I didn't go back with Raul. But I thought it was both guys contributed very well. Denny was great defensively, got some stops, timely stops, and then we make big plays down the stretch. So it was a great team win.
I think we'll go to Zoom now. Josh?
Thank you. Wes, your team has 24 games remaining. What could those 24 games do within the context of the careers of your younger players?
Well, I think we've seen it. Those guys have had to get on the job training. For whatever reason, absences and injuries, COVID, all those accumulated minutes they're valuable. There's no way to simulate any of that in practice, to get the spirit of that, the physicality of it, to be in this environment. And especially when you win games, so it's kind of it's a good thing, number one, but it's also an opportunity for those guys to grow. And the more they can grow and mature now, I think that helps us later. So I don't look at it as, hey, we're just going to gear these 24 games to their development. They're going to be part of that winning as we go along.
And when fans say, oh, the Wizards would be better off trying to improve their lottery odds, is that what you just described? Is that the best counter argument aside from the ethics of the entire thing?
Honestly, that's not how we're wired. I can't coach that way. And obviously we're going to try and coach the group that we have, but we're trying to win. And, they are a byproduct of that, and they're a part of it. So that's our approach. We want to win as many games as we can. Obviously, not without Brad and injuries and so forth. It is what it is. We're limited in some sense, but I think that's also a cultural piece. Get these guys accustomed to playing the right way, winning and competing at a high level.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Chase?
Wes, last night you guys allowed a season high amount of points in the paint. Tonight, only 28. What was the difference there?
Well, I thought we did a better job on the ball. There was a level of aggression, keeping guys in front. I thought we also were better in our coverage spots. Last night we got stretched a bit. We were on the outside looking in, and that just opens up the floor. Of course, it's a different group. Those guys last night played downhill, but still, I thought it was a better effort, better focus in that area.
And what can you say about just Anthony Gill, the way he played tonight, especially down the stretch?
Well, we've seen it a couple games, the last probably week and a half or so. Got to give him a lot of credit. He always stays ready. He brings a positive, spirit and focus. He's always uplifting everyone else. And for him to get those moments to compete in a meaningful game, a meaningful stretch, I think is important. A lot of times those minutes are at the end of a win or a loss. It's still important, but he always keeps himself ready. The fact that he can help impact winning, is a great sign for him, but it's also validation for what he does and what he brings every day.
And Rui, you talked about him having 20 points, but just the way he started the game, not making a lot of shots, and the way he finished 13 points in the fourth quarter. What does that kind of mean for his development, you think?
Well, it's just an issue of confidence. I think once you see that ball go in, you get more and more confident. I think if you're taking the right shots, make or miss, your teammates are going to trust you to do it. We as a staff trust you to do it. And I want him to stay aggressive. All of our guys to seek out opportunities within the confines of what we're doing. I think that's important.
Neil.
Hey, Coach, you guys had Brad on the bench with you guys back again. I'm curious, just how involved is he in the game, from the sidelines? Is he, maybe giving you any input, or how do you appreciate him still being there?
Well, his presence alone is impactful. The fact that, he's injured, he's, kind of out of the mix physically, but, he's with us. That's important. It's great for me. It's great for the guys on the bench in the game. He's talking to guys on the floor. He's talking during timeouts. All that matters. His voice, carries. So I think it's important part of his leadership.
Thanks, Coach. Have a good break.
Thank you.
All right, that's all the time we got for Coach tonight. Appreciate you.
All right.
Up and down, wouldn't like to kind of go into a game like this. I said, considering the past couple of weeks with up and down, what's it like to go into the break with a win like this?
It was a big win. We needed this one. Last night we lost it, tough game, and we came back with a good energy, and especially at their home, it was a good win.
What's like when you guys were able to answer the runs, the three, you hit a lot in the corner in the fourth and second half. Whenever they seem to push back, you always seem to have a response.
Yeah, it's just the toughness that we have as a team. Guys who have been there before and know how to weather those storms are really good for us. So whenever they made a run, we punched right back, and that's what kind of got us the win tonight.
Rui, how did it feel just to have a game like that, especially in the fourth quarter? You hit threes, you had the effect jump at the end. What was it like?
Yeah, it was good energy. Team everybody was sharing the ball, and we had a good flow, and I was in a good rhythm too. So everybody's just sharing the ball and just scoring, and then we are defending good too. So it was good.
How much are you guys looking forward to the break, and what do you expect these last 24 games to be like?
First, we're gonna recharge. Take care of our body, mind, everything, and come back. We have, you said 24 games, right? Yeah. So we still have a lot of chance to make the playoff. So we just gotta push. We gotta push it, and then hopefully we can make a playoff.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll go over to this. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the break. Like Rui said, recharging my mind and making a push in those last 24 games.
All right, we'll go to Zoom for Josh.
This is a question for both of you, please. You have 24 games remaining at the minimum. What do those 24 games mean for each of your development in the context of your career?
Well, for me, every game, no matter what point in the season, is valuable for my development. I'm still learning new things. I'm still adjusting, and things are getting easier, but it doesn't mean I'm where I want to be yet. And then, obviously learning how to win down the stretch of an NBA season is huge, especially for a team like us who is trying to make the playoffs. Is huge for us as a team. So these last 24 games are massive for me personally, but also for us as a group.
Yeah, every game is very important for us, especially me. as a team, we have a new couple guys, and we're still trying to figure out our chemistry. So every game is going to be important, and we're just going to play together and figure it out.
Thank you.
Chase.
Rui, you had 13 of your 20 points in the fourth quarter. What allowed you to finish the game so strong?
Just trying to be aggressive, and like I said, everywhere is sharing the ball, and we had a good flow. So that was a good momentum, and that's I was trying to be aggressive, and that's why.
And Corey, what was it like? What was it like seeing Anthony Gill play the way that he did tonight? I know you've talked about how hard he worked behind the scenes.
Yeah, really, really special. It's not surprising, but it's special, right? Anytime a guy steps up and has a big game like that when we're shorthanded is really, really great. And AG deserves it more than anybody else in the entire league, I think, in my point of view. So I'm really happy for him, but also not surprised with the way that he performed.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Zach for Japanese portion.
Okay, thanks, Matt. 八村選手、お疲れ様でした。よろしくお願いします。
お疲れ様です。
まず、we're going to switch over, I think, 八村選手、よろしくお願いします。まず勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
オールスターブレイク前、最後の試合を勝利で飾れましたね。
そうですね、昨日試合、タフな試合を負けて、こうやって、バックトバックで、ブルックリンのホームってことで、僕らもすごい、ブレイク前で一勝が欲しかったので、その分僕ら一生懸命今日やって勝てた、みんなで一生懸命やって勝てたのでよかったです。
八村選手は今日チーム最多、そして、ご自身のシーズンハイの20得点でしたけど、振り返っていかがですか？
そうですね、チームもすごいボールをシェアしてて、その中でフローの中でいい感じでできてたのでよかったんじゃないかなと思います。
八村選手は今日第4クォーターは出っ放しでしたけど、捻挫した足首は問題なかったですか？
そうですね、途中少し、感じてたんですけど、その中でも、体が温まってきて、いい感じでできたなと思います。
あと第4クォーター残り1分台の3の後は舌を出してマイケル・ジョーダンさんみたいでしたね。
はい、楽しんでできましたね。はい。
今日はジョーダンさんの誕生日ですし、聖地はブルックリンですからね。
そうですね。おめでとうございますですね。はい。
そうですね。あと今日はスリーポイントが八村選手2分の2で、これでシーズン成功率が 46%、絶好調ですけど、何が鍵だと思いますか？
もう自信ですね。僕もずっとこうやって練習してきてたので、その中で練習通りに本当にできてるんじゃないかなと思うので、それがいい結果に出てるんじゃないかなと思います。
なるほど。あと第4クォーターにはダンクが4本ありました。で、そのうち2本はピックアンドロールからだったと思うんですけど、チームメイト、特にコーリー選手やイス選手と息が合ってましたね。
そうですね。コーリーともそうですし、イスともそうですし、ずっとやってきてるプレイヤーの一人なので、2人だったので、そういう中ではそういう息が合ってたんじゃないかなと思います。
コーリー選手のここまでのルーキーイヤーの活躍、ゴンザガの後輩の活躍見ていかがですか？
いいですね。彼もすごいリズム掴んできてて、いい仕事をチームとしてもやってくれてると思うので、これからもっとやってきたらいいんじゃないかなと思います。
これは僕からが最後になりますけど、これでオールスターブレイクになります。八村選手は5日間ぐらいお休みがあると思いますけど、フィジカルとメンタルを少し休めることができますね。
そうですね。試合も24試合残りあるので、その中でそれをプッシュできるように僕もそうですし、チームとしてもしっかりリチャージして戻っていきたいなと思います。
はい、わかりました。では、インパーソンの質問で、杉浦さん、現地にいらっしゃると思いますけど、杉浦さん、質問ありますか？
はい、おめでとうございます。今日はやっぱり最初のことは4本のランクあったと思うんですけど、敵地のファンを質問に変えらせた。なんていうか、地元ファンを喜ばせるのもいいと思うんですけど、ああやって敵地のファンの前でするダンクってどういった気分ですか？
そういう気持ちいいですね。僕としても。試合も今日4クォーターずっと出てたので、その中でリズムがいい感じでつかめてたので、そこで僕もそういうふうにダンクを披露できてよかったんじゃないかなと思います。
フィジカルのコンディション良さそうで、これまでで一番の体調っておっしゃってたんですけど、なんていうか調子がいいとかいうよりも、やはり体がこれまでよりも強くなってるっていう感じ。
そうですね。しっかりと体がまとまってきてるっていう感じですかね。
自分からもう一つだけ、スリーが豊富な時入って、今日も2本入ったんですけど、それによって他のプレーもしやすくなると思うんですけど、そういった前が開けているというか、そういった効果っていうのはすでに感じてますか？
そうですね。相手にももっと僕のスリーをリスペクトされてきているので、その中で僕ももっとドライブとかしてやりやすくなってるんじゃないかなと思います。
ありがとうございます。
それでは、ズームで質問がある方、レーズハンドボタンを押してください。宮地さん、お願いします。
こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
試合に出たときに、自分が試合に出たときに、これだけはやろうと思ってるようなことって何かありますか？
もう自分の、全力でやるっていうことだけを意識してます。
あと、スリーポイントの話がさっきから出てますけれども、スリーポイント以外に昨シーズンより自分が成長したなと思うところ、やりやすくなっていると思うところなど何かありますか？
そうですね。チームとしてもまた新しいチームって感じなので、僕で。その中でチームの息もどんどん上がってきているので、そういうところで僕もスリーポイントも確率もしっかり決めてこれているので、そこはいいんじゃないかなと思います。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
山脇さん、お願いします。
すいません、どうもお疲れ様でした。はい。結構第4クォーターのこういう活躍っていうのは、八村選手目指していたものだと思うんですけれども、どうですか、こういうプレーができて、ずっとその第4クォーターのこういうところでやっぱりプレーするのはごめんなさい、目標であったのでしょうか。すいません。
いや、こうやってチームとしても、こうやって僕もずっと2年間ぐらい去年と、3年最初の年もそうですけど、ずっとこうやってずっと出っ張りやってきたので、そういう時の、感覚というか、そういう今までやってきたことが今日はその試合に出てきて、そのやってきたことが今日はそこで出せたんじゃないかなと思うので、よかったと思います。
ずっと調子も上り調子でしたし、やっぱりこうやってプレーできたことで、今後すごくいい今後のつながるっていうのは自分でも感じますか、手応えのようなものは。
そうですね、ブレイク前にこうやっていい結果が出してて、あと24試合あるので、それを向けて頑張っていきたいなと思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。
はい。
八村選手、ありがとうございます。
No, I'm messing with you, man.
If you want to look at it, what was it like just being on the floor with these guys, knowing your role,
Yeah, it felt good. I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. I've learned as I've gotten older that the Lord has you here for a reason. Sometimes you go out there when you're younger, you just go hoop. You just be like, man, you just go hoop. So you never take anything for granted. I'm excited to be back. Here in DC, be back with the guys, and as we constantly grow and develop, get some wins and see what happens. The goal is the playoffs. So, that goal is in mind. But every day you got to put the work in, and you got to get wins like tonight. We got some ground to make up. But I'm truly, truly blessed. Like I said, I thank the Lord every day. I know He's using me as an example, and so I have to be that example and on and off the court. And so just to be out there with the guys, it was fun, getting the flow, figuring out how they like to play, where they want the ball at, and different things like that. It's a constant growth and how coach wants to defend and run his offense. So.
Knowing some of the chemistry issues the team had early on in the year, you weren't part of that, but what do you think you can add to this team to make lift the spirits up, from probably a rough stretch?
I've been on 45 different teams. I mean, you learn how to work with different people. That's a tribute to my mom and my dad. They put great character in me and my brothers and sisters. And so that's a nice thing for Tommy to say. I think that's the greatest compliment. That's a greater compliment than somebody telling you, you're good at basketball or you're good at something. Because I think you can put the work in for that. So for me, just come in and be yourself. Get to know guys that you haven't got a chance. Cools, and I already know KCP and Corey and some of the guys that I haven't got a chance to play with. Isaiah, some of the guys that I haven't been around, and I know I'm missing some guys, but I've been around a lot of the guys that was here last year. So just getting to know them, get a vibe, get a feel, just team dinners and team different things like that goes a long way with camaraderie and growth. And then we get out on the floor, you guys can talk and communicate and check each other because you built that relationship off the court.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Josh?
Oh, I got to look this one. What do I look?
Yeah, hey, Ish, you've seen everything as you've just alluded to, and you know what games can do to help develop young players. For guys like Corey, Denny, Rui, even Gaff, what could these final 24 games mean for them within the context of their careers to follow?
Well, it's important. It's huge, Josh. You know that. We were in Orlando together. And, I had great vets. When I was in Orlando, I had Jameer. I had Q, Chris Duhon. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Big Baby, Dwight was there. And those guys constantly talked to me and encouraged me. In practice, out of practice, we did a lot of team camaraderie things. And that stuff goes a long way. And they constantly encourage me. And so I hope and pray that I can do the same things with the young guys, just constantly encouraging them, talking to them. You miss a couple of shots, keep your head up. Communicating on defense is the biggest thing. And, I'm proud of, Corey, it's funny because he had a tough shooting game. I want to say in Indiana, Man, he bounced back like that game didn't even happen. And every shot he shot tonight, I thought was going in. And so you can already see that he's way beyond his years as a rookie. He's mature. He's confident. He's tough. And Denny's growing in front of our eyes. I'm so happy to see Rui with a smile back out there on the floor, on his face. Everybody, Gav, like all those guys just kind of growing and developing. I know I'm missing some guys, but just growing and developing before our eyes. And you're going to take some lumps, you're going to take some bumps, but, every night you got to grow and get better.
Thanks, Ish.
Chase.
Ish, you guys allowed about 50 fewer paint points tonight than you did last night.
Yeah.
What made such a difference?
Yeah, coach got on us. He got on us and talked to us about what we needed to do. And I think we just bowed our neck, got tough, communicated well, and locked in on, the scouting report, who were the shooters, who was the hot guys, who was the drivers. That goes a long way, studying your opponents. And last night, they hit us, punched us in the mouth. And so we responded well tonight. And now the key for a team that's trying to continue to grow and get better is consistency. And so you have to do this every single night.
You've played with Rui all 3 years of his career so far. What does it say about his development to be making threes like he is right now and also to score 13 points in the fourth quarter like he did tonight?
Yeah, Rui, he's just got the joy back. And, everybody knows, it's no secret some of the things that he went through. And so I just want to see that joy back in his on and off the court. See him smiling, laughing, enjoying the game. And I can see that smile again. I can see that laugh. I can see that joy. Rui's a special player. He's been a special player the first 2 years I was here with him. And now you guys are seeing him just continue to grow and get better, continue to grow and get better and develop. And just like I said, have that joy of the game and be confident in everything he did and does. And so you guys are just saying, Rui, just be Rui.
Last question, Anil.
Hey, Ish, you talked about, those team dinners that you guys get to have. Is that something that happened recently on the road or immediately when you guys got there, the first couple home games?
I plead the fifth. Nah, I'm messing with you. They did it before I even got here. And so I think, AG does a great job of bringing us all together, bringing connectivity. And we did it in Indiana. And I think it's something that we have to consistently do. Everybody's going, we all come from different walks of lives and different things. And so just sitting around, chopping it up, eating goes a long way. Knowing the next guy, and this business is all about relationships. So we build them, during that time at the dinner table. So we did do it in Indiana.
And I know the mid range has been, a part of your game for a long time. I'm just curious. Right now, it seems, hitting it at a higher clip. Anything about it that is standing out to you?
You know what? When I was in Charlotte, I have to give a lot of credit to Norman Richardson, our assistant coach when I was there. And I wasn't playing a lot. I was encouraging the guys, and I was taking on the role as a vet, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed those guys, that time there. I wouldn't trade back for anything, but I did understand, I needed to put the work in. And so we would work out before the games on the court, then go up to the practice gym workout. Then I would play with the young guys. And then after I played with the young guys, I would work out after practice, work out before practice. I just kept working and working and working and grinding, not knowing if I was going to get traded or not. But, I attribute that to the work, and it's something I got to keep going.
Thanks, Ish. Hope you have a good break.
Appreciate you too. That cough was Scott saying, let's go.